What's up, everyone? This is Nimish. Welcome back to my channel. We are going to talk about a cult classic Malayalam movie today, Amrutham Gamaya, which stars the one and only Mohanlal and is written by the legendary writer M.T. Vasudevan Nair, directed by Hariharan. This movie is in the books for Mohanlal's filmography as one of his best performances, best movies, and it is true. He was only 27 years old, which is unbelievable when you watch this movie and the movie begins and you see him with grayed hair, grayed beard, completely embodying a personality of someone in the mid 40s or more who has seen a lot in life, who has a completely changed personality, a sense of depression, regret, all of those feelings, extreme emotions that has taken over his personality. And he is now this person that just basically is alive and just survives and lives. And, he plays a doctor who is practicing medicine in a particular town, and the characters around him and the drama between them. There are some subplots, there are some, back and forth with the past, and then he encounters a family which has a connection to one of his friends from medical college, and he's extremely nice to them. He does not take any money from them, he helps them with the mother's illness and all of that stuff. But throughout the movie, we see a very disturbed personality, someone who is just trying to make ends meet, someone who is trying to maybe mend his way, someone who knows they have done something unforgiving that they cannot get over. And what that unforgiving thing is captured in this movie, which you have to wait till the end to watch, because like many Malayalam movies, the last 15 minutes can change your full perception of the entire film. Mohanlal was 27 years old and he played this role like a maestro. It is, if you have never watched him ever and you don't know much about him and you just start watching this movie, you will not believe that he was 27 years old when this movie was done. And that is the impact of his performance. The one shout out I want to give, which I rarely give, is for the makeup. This movie was released in 1987, and seriously, till today, even in Bollywood or sometimes even Hollywood, you won't see this kind of amazingly natural makeup. Obviously, Mohanlal didn't have any gray hairs back then. Obviously, he was 27 years old, but the supremely perfect makeup, facial makeup of perfectly graying hairs, perfectly graying beard, very natural looking makeup is stunning in this movie. And that look and whoever designed it in the costume, the makeup department was absolutely brilliant. I kept thinking how they pulled this off, because even today we don't see that kind of good makeup with all the stuff we are doing now, AI, VFX, prosthetics, this and that. It's still rare to see something as natural as this. So huge shout out to that entire department who worked on his look. Going back to the movie, as I said, there are many subplots and sub characters. There's Thilakan, there's so many other actors that lend, credible support to this movie and have their own ups and downs and bickerings and personalities and what is going on, and how Mohanlal sort of deals with that, keeps progressing with his life, keeps moving forward, trying to move forward, keeps trying to do what he can do while encountering a family that has some connection to the past medical college and incidents that happened there. Is just a very unique story and a very well directed story by director Hariharan, and obviously could not have been successful without the amazing portrayal by Lalitan. And there's it's just crazy how even the Malayalam film industry and the audiences both had such films back then in 1987, or when the audiences could have appreciated a movie that is paced this way. It is not a fast paced entertaining drama, it is slow paced. It absorbs the characters, it absorbs the atmosphere, it captures the cinematography beautifully, it captures the characters emotions, the atmosphere very beautifully, and it takes you on a journey of this character. And to think that in 1987 they would accept these kind of movies, they would celebrate these kind of movies, appreciate it to that level, goes to show how deep rooted it is in the Malayalam film industry to only make brilliant films, focus on the writing, focus on the content, the performances, and deliver to the audience what is the art of film. And I think that, today some people watching this movie might think this is an art film, this is an offbeat film, because now we have all these categories of masala, comedy, slapstick, entertainer, popcorn movie, offbeat movie, art film, slow film, but this was kind of normal. And to think that it was normal is just absolutely insane back in 1987, because, it shows how people who have now grown up and who are now, actually performing, delivering, writing in the Malayalam film industry and why it's so great. These are the people that were younger when they watched movies like Amrutham Gamaya, and they have grown up only watching cerebral content, incredible content. And if that is your reality and that is the world you live in and that is the industry you have grown up watching, you're obviously going to deliver that level of content, that much focus on content, that less focus on budgets. And so it's interesting, even from a historical point of view, to see how far back this goes, how far back this level of content goes. And I'm sure it was even much before 1987. It's probably since the inception of the industry this has been happening. But since I watch lesser older films, or I watch them infrequently, it goes to show, the discovery of how incredible this industry is and how they therefore continue to deliver such talent, these kind of movies, these kind of performances. To see such movies of Mohanlal is interesting because he has done so many of these characters and many more to go. I have watched so many of his movies that I've reviewed on my channel, like Kiridam, there's Guru, there's the Narodikatu, there's all these variety of movies that he's done that just, goes to show how much experience he has, why he's a legend, but also goes to show how the fans, the core fans, are waiting for a performance like that from him today. And while he does continue to deliver good performances, I think everyone is waiting for that sort of vibe, that one or two movies that can give them this kind of a feeling of the most natural, incredible performance ever. But from Mohanlal's perspective, he's already done so much. He continues to work in the changing times and continues to stay at number one. That shows the powerhouse that he is. And he has a great lineup coming up now with Tudarum, Empuran, all these kinds of movies that are coming up. The movie with Mahesh Narayanan and Mammootty. He has a lot of different projects as Vrishabha with Ekta Kapoor's production house. So he continues to work hard. He continues with that level of passion, and it should be appreciated what kind of a legend he is. It is absolutely incredible to see his journey as well, as a 27-year-old who could deliver that performance. It's just unbelievable. This movie is becoming more and more cult, with scenes floating around Instagram, YouTube reels, and all of that. And so that's how I stumbled upon this look of Mohanlal. I was like, I have to watch this movie, and I'm glad I did, because this movie deserves the attention, the credibility that it has, and it is one of a kind, a unique story that has very rarely been told, a unique sort of portrayal of a man that has been rarely showcased by a superstar, so to speak, in mainstream. And so I thoroughly enjoyed Amrutham Gamaya, and the music, the background music of this film is also pretty incredible. It was very, very well seamlessly blended with the movie, and it sort of added a lot to the movie, according to me. It didn't sort of distract you, it didn't create noise for the sake of creating noise. It doesn't feel old fashioned, even though it's in 1987, and I really connected with the background music as well. So overall, a fantastic film. So much happening, so many characters, so many sort of good performances. I highly recommend you try and watch Amrutham Gamaya for a very based movie on a realistic portrayal of a character that has gone through a lot and is trying to just keep going and survive. Let me know your thoughts on the movie if you have watched it, and recommend many more such movies to me in the comments below. Until then, like, share, subscribe, and keep watching for much, much more.